It's the 92nd episode of the Elite Cosplay Podcast. I'm Holly.
And I'm Kevin.
Hello.
There's a joke I wanted to make here
Oh, no.
about 90 seconds. 90 seconds to paradise, 90 seconds to, there's a song or something. I'm bad at cultural references.
Punning me or something?
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to.
It's 5 days after our last podcast.
Yes. It's a very quick turnaround on this one.
Late. But we're still not settled.
Nope.
Not going to fool
Nope.
myself.
You should see the mountain of boxes. Before we were living in a box fort. Now we're living in a crushed box fort.
Yes.
Lots of half unpacked things.
Yes.
We've decided we need more shelving, I think, or storage.
I don't know. I don't have room for. Anyways.
Welcome to our personal lives.
Yay.
Because I know you all care about us.
Uh-huh.
And I care about you. So feel free to share your comments with us. And if you ever have any comments or things you'd like to talk about or like us to talk about, let us know.
Yeah, you can always tweet at us if you see something. I mean, we've had people email us or tweet us if you see something during the week when, and you were like, hey.
What's our Twitter? At elite
underscore cosplay.
Elite_cosplay. Or you can email us info@elitecosplay.com. That also works.
Yep. From the last episode, the 91st episode, Nick said, yes, you did it. I'm working on moving too and have lived here for 10 years, so it's a bit ridiculous. Somber skin is best skin because it's so cute. Also, you should cause that mercy.
Yes.
I really liked Yaya Han's tweets about Elisa, including, I'm especially disappointed that so many years in an inclusive community such as cosplay could not scrub out someone's racial prejudice. I agree, Nix. That is a very eloquent way to put it, and my thoughts exactly.
Wait, I thought that was Yaya's. Or is that Nix?
That's what I'm saying. No, Nix quoted her. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
She was saying she liked it, and I'm agreeing with Nix. I hope your move goes smoothly, Nix.
Yes.
Yeah, so where should we begin? Where do you want to begin? I'll start with something.
Sure.
We can talk about what we watched today.
Yeah.
And we'll move on. This is just something randomly quick. A cosplay photographer is releasing a coffee table book called Heroes and Villains, and it's 4 years worth of New York City Comic Con cosplays. Hello, cell phone?
Yeah, sorry.
So he's releasing that. There are a couple other cosplay coffee table books out in the world. There's like Cosplay World and Cosplay in America. I think there's a couple cosplays in America. There's a couple. I think there's 1 and 2.
I was going to say, we bumped into those when we went to Barnes & Noble. Yes.
I've also seen him at Anime Expo, I think, before. He had like a sign. I mean, like, how do you feel about cosplay coffee table books?
So now that cosplay is more mainstream and getting there, and is popular amongst most people, and people know what it is. Like, you wore your cosplay shirt to Lowe's with me, and someone said, "Cosplay, huh?"
The guy I was wearing our cosplay shirt that we have
available at elitecosplay.com/shop.
Yes, you can get one there. So we were at a home improvement store at like late at night. It was like 10 p.m.
Yes.
And I'm just standing next to Kevin while he's checking out, and the worker guy that was checking us out was like, "Cosplay? You in one right now?" And I was like, it's just like an older guy. Like, he doesn't, I don't know. Like, I would not expect him to know
exactly,
what it was,
exactly. He looked like he could have been a construction dude or something, and he was just there. Yeah. Dude. So, I mean, it's becoming mainstream. So having it and having tastefully well done pictures, and that represents a broad swath of the community, I think that's a really good idea. Like, I think if you, and especially those are pretty straightforward, like studio shots, just really plain and simple pictures. Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, they're not hallway shots, but they're very simple. They're like
on a black or gray background.
They're like white,
or white
background,
depending on which book you pick up.
I don't know. Anyway, I saw like 3 pictures from it, so it wasn't very.
So inoffensive for the most part, kind of calls to the geek culture. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, good idea. Maybe we should release a coffee table book.
I don't know. I was thinking about it all day today because I saw it this morning and I didn't know I mean, it's not like I cared that much in the end, but I didn't know how to feel about it. Like, I
Mhm.
was like, would I buy one?
Well,
And then I was
judging
like,
that our coffee table right now is holding up our TV because we don't have a couch at the moment, I would say probably not right now.
No, you know
But
what I mean. Like, I was just,
I'm
and then,
joking.
but then I was like, would I? But then I generalized it. I was like, would I buy a coffee table book in general? I think we
Exactly.
have a fashion one,
We have a fashion. We have a couple fashion ones.
but
I
we
think
don't
we have the
even.
Daniel Radcliffe one or something.
That's Harry Potter, man.
Yes, he was also
We have
in a
Daniel
photo.
Radcliffe Harry
Yeah,
coffee
hold
table
on.
book.
I'm gonna
No,
dig
don't
this up.
get it.
No, I know
No.
exactly where it is. So just hang on for like 30 seconds.
We do.
I think I do. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Okay, how about he's
He's
a
petting
photo
a horse.
of him is in a coffee table book that we have.
Hold on.
Oh God, Kevin. Oh God.
All right.
This is bad for audio.
No, it's not. It's almost there. Just be patient. Boo-bam. Coffee table.
He's on the cover.
He's on the cover
I
with
don't
a
remember
horse.
this guy.
You don't remember this book?
This was when he did Equus, the play, where he's naked with the horse. Yes. So we do own
So
a couple.
we own a couple coffee table
but they're
books.
kind of out of sight, out of mind books. Like
Well-
I don't like I don't remember getting this.
You don't remember buying this? Oh.
I remember looking at. Oh, I like her. I remember looking at coffee table books, but that's about it.
Yeah. No, we've looked at them. I think actually if they're well done and the artwork matches the way the aesthetic that I like, I might pick one up. I mean, look behind. So in our living room or temporary living room right now, we do have a bookshelf and it's full of books. Like, you throw a cosplay one up there of just photos.
Well, a coffee table book though, it's called that for a reason. You're supposed to put it on or under your coffee table. So when someone is visiting your house,
They
can
can
sit on your couch,
judge your
they can-
likes. Oh, you like half naked Daniel Radcliffe with horse pictures?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it specifically for cosplay, and then I generalized it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I like coffee table books actually. I think for me as a consumer, I would rather buy a cosplay book that's either geared towards making cosplay, which Kamui Cosplay has released actual physical. I think she has one. She has ebooks, but she also has a
Right.
physical book.
But they're not. Yeah.
Or one geared towards cosplay photography.
Sure.
I don't necessarily
Want
my
pictures.
personal taste. This is
Right.
me. I don't necessarily enjoy looking at books of
Other people.
photography. Like I enjoy looking at a magazine and looking at the photography in there because usually it's editorials are so good.
Sure.
But that it's so magazines are so temporary that it doesn't bother me.
Huh.
But like the big book is like
It's a commitment
It's a
because this
commitment.
book is. How much do you think this book cost new?
probably like $50. We bought it's
$60.
yeah,
new.
we bought it
60
used
US
for 10,
dollars.
so
Yeah.
that's probably why we got it.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you guys want to check that out, it's called Heroes and Villains. You can
And maybe we'll put up a poll. See if anybody would be interested in a physical print, like a book, maybe a mini book for us, like us through the years. I don't know. I've always wanted to do one, and
I'm too shy.
but you have to remember,
That's my
people
excuse
love
for
our
everything.
works. People
I'm
love
too
what we
shy.
do, right? I think.
But-
I don't
but-
know. Leave
but
a
would
comment
you-
boosting Holly's confidence. Tell her that you like her work.
No.
So, because she only hears it from me, like in the office, she turns around and is like, "Is this any good?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's great." She's like, "You're just saying that now." So, if you're listening
is
to
hard
this,
for me to tell
tweet
what-
at Holly at
But
elite
you
underscore
tell me
cosplay
sometimes when you're kind of about stuff.
and help her understand that she's good.
All right. Anyways, moving on.
Anyway, moving on to the biggest disappointment yet.
Oh God, this is a waste of freaking time.
An hour and 40 minutes of my life that I won't be getting back.
Today, was it August 25th, 2017?
Wow.
I'm dating this podcast
I know,
just
I
in
know,
case
I know.
people in the future. Death Note came out on Netflix today. I don't pay attention when stuff gets released unless I'm like obscenely obsessed with it, which is about like 3 shows in the whole
What?
entirety.
Game
Like,
of Thrones.
Gilmore Girls when it came out, Yeah, Game of Thrones and probably something else. I don't know.
Friends.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just
Friends
joking.
doesn't come out anymore. I don't know. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't really closely watch things
Media.
that much.
Yeah.
I'll discover things usually after the fact. I'm
Sure.
kind of lame like
Sure.
that.
So,
Like Westworld. We discovered Westworld like way after. I mean, we didn't discover it. We watched it like way
Well,
after
right,
the hype was. Anyways, I thought Death Note was already out.
because of how much chatter was going on about it.
I think so. I think someone on our Twitter, had mentioned it a couple times, like a month ago, and then I just assumed that they were talking about it. I think they were talking about like the preview, maybe another preview came out or something.
Sure.
But I just assumed that it was the show, and I was just like, oh, whatever. I also have a hazy memory. For some reason, I thought the Death Note Netflix was going to be like a mini series, not a movie.
An hour and 40-minute movie.
Yeah. And we probably even talked about it on this podcast that it was a movie, but I just forgot along the way.
Sure.
So Kevin comes up to me today and he's like, hey, I just got a notification that Death Note came out today. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, you want to watch it? And I was like, all right. I mean, I had no plans on watching this at all.
Right.
But I guess I was in a good mood earlier or something.
No, we needed ideas for the podcast. Let's
We
be
did.
honest with
That's
people.
what it was. Yes, because it's been a slow week, guys. It's been a slow week. Anyways, so we watched it.
Yes. What are your thoughts, or what do you rank it?
Oh, out of 10,
Yeah.
2.
Wow. All right.
2, 3.
Yeah,
3,
that's fine.
3,
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
It,
I would say one tick above Twilight. You know, just a little bit better than Twilight. Whatever the first one was.
Twilight.
Oh, is it Twilight? Yeah. I didn't watch that series too closely, but I would say just a little bit. It's in the same vein. Actually, you could probably almost like substitute a lot of the stuff from one movie to the other. Actually, the other one's based in Washington too.
Yeah. It was weird. Okay,
It's too much of a teen
TLDR.
oriented.
Yeah, TLDR. Just for those who also, if you haven't watched it yet, it is different from the anime. So spoilers ? Like there's elements that are the same, but there's elements that are very different. So if you want to watch it and you haven't yet, then skip, I guess. But TLDR, just to cover it before we even start talking about it, it's like a teen Final Destination with about 3 of the characters from Death Note.
Right. And Final Destination, for those who don't know, because they haven't.
Hello,
Holly, you're dating yourself by age because
shit.
the one. Okay, hold on one second.
How many Final Destinations have there
Okay,
been?
Google. When was the last Final Destination movie released?
You're making me feel old.
Final Destination was released in the United States of America on March 17th, 2000.
So 17. Well, that was the first one. So 17 years ago.
Yes.
17 years ago. That's
I know,
almost
I
an
know.
adult.
I know.
Was the first one.
I know.
Final Destination.
There was
5.
one probably that came out like 2007 or something.
That's still 10 years ago. So,
I know. I'm just saying it's.
All right. Anyway,
That's probably the last.
for those of you that don't know what Final Destination was
I feel
or
sad.
is, it was a series of movies, apparently
Horror
5-ish.
movies.
They're horror movies where people died in the most grotesque way
Death
possible.
People cheated death,
Right.
and death had to come for them. Basically,
Right.
Death was like death in real life. You never saw death, but if they cheated death somehow, the group, it was always a group of people.
Right.
And they always somehow cheated death, and then that death would always come for individually for the group of people, and then people would always die really crazy. Like someone died from a pane of glass falling off of a tall building and got like flattened. A girl got her hair pulled off on an elevator because her braid got stuck and the elevator went up, etc., etc. It's like so gross. It's gross. Death Note had crap like that. It was Final Destination in Death Note. And I was like, I don't want to see that.
Right.
Like decapitation, but like partial decapitation,
Right.
like top half of the head comes off.
Yeah.
And you see like it fully, like people jumping off of buildings and you see their guts splatter like chunks.
Yeah. Lots of
Splattering
chunks.
everywhere. Yeah, like chunks. There's another one. I don't know, but I was just I think
it was electrocution, and then his head exploded. It was
that what it was?
that one was the one that caught my attention. It was like a communist leader
and that
or
guy
something.
like fell on a steak knife.
Oh,
with
steak
his
knife.
mouth or
Yeah,
something.
that was a pretty good one too. Yeah, so lots of gruesome death.
And by the way, I've seen, I haven't like ever sat down and fully watched the Death Note anime.
Sure.
I have seen it on Adult Swim throughout my life, since like high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was on. I would catch random episodes, so I kind of know the characters and like I know the full storyline, like what happens from A to B and how everything ends up, but I haven't ever like intently watched it. So there are parts I'm probably gonna be wrong about. So please forgive me. I'm not a full
Death Note.
Yeah, I don't have it all. So, but from what I remember or I think is that in the anime, when Light writes a name down in the Death Note, they just die from a heart attack. They don't.
You don't get to select their method of death.
I don't remember, but I just remember that it was like a heart attack.
Sure.
A lot. I don't remember if there was like a blah 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 dies from the actual like in the movie it was like very descriptive. It was like blah blah dies from, gets up from his chair, turns left and jumps out the window. You know what I mean? Like it was very descriptive in this movie. And from what I remember in the anime, it was just heart attacks. But I could be wrong. But the anime was not gruesome like that.
Right.
So that seemed unnecessary. That was like shock value to me.
Sure.
There's lots of swearing, lots of like edgy,
teen stuff.
Yes,
this appeals to the
horror
teen
movie.
Yeah.
Teen horror movie,
yes,
absolutely.
This appeals to that crowd.
Yeah. There was no, since you can't cram Death Note.
Right, which is how many seasons?
It's just one. I think.
Sorry, we didn't do enough research beforehand here. Let's find out.
I'm just trying to remember. I think it's just
okay,
one.
Google.
Oh, Jesus.
How many seasons was the Death Note
this whole podcast
anime?
This whole podcast
Here are the top search results.
This is going to be Google talking to us. I'm just going to keep talking.
That's fine.
You can't cram that much anime/manga.
2 seasons, 37 episodes.
2 seasons. I'm sorry. Into a 1 hour and 40-minute movie. There's too much information. There's too much nuance. Blah, 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 blah. So they obviously lost a lot of that when, you're getting rid of a lot of stuff.
There was a lot of like fast forward moments. I feel
there
like
was
just
a couple
like
montages.
Thank you.
The relationships. There's a girl, and I guess she's supposed to be a replacement for Misa. Her name's Mia in the movie, but nothing like Misa at all. Like no similarities. And it's like she and Light meet basically at high school,
right?
And they talk for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He instantly shows her the Death Note.
Yeah.
And she's instantly on board.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, let's kill people.
Yeah, like within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like
she's ready to go.
Not 5 minutes movie time, but 5 minutes like real life time inside the
in the movie time it was like 2 minutes.
yeah. It was just like they walked into another room. He showed her the Death Note, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, I'm down to kill people."
Yeah, instantly, and then they do it he takes her to his house, and they just
make out.
Sex it up.
Yeah, probably sex it up. They didn't imply
they
that.
did because she took off her shirt.
Oh. You can take off your shirt and make
Come
out.
on.
Just romp around.
Anyway, the relationships were very shallow.
Yes.
This main couple that was they were together throughout the whole movie. You didn't care about them.
Right.
You were like, I don't care if they fucking break up. I don't care if he kills her or she kills him or someone else does. Ryuk had a side. He was just kind of there.
Yeah.
You liked him.
I liked him. I liked the way they did the character model, even though he was like in the dark most of the time.
He was in the shadows, which I think was a good move for a crazy looking character like him, especially when you're bringing it live action.
I wonder what the budget was for this film.
The CGI on him wasn't bad.
Right. Well,
they did show him.
Yeah, and I mean it's Netflix, so I feel like they would throw money at this like crazy.
Yeah.
The other issue too is, we live in Seattle and this movie is supposed to be based in Seattle.
Seattle is Vancouver.
Yeah, Seattle is Vancouver. There's nothing, there's maybe like 2 or 3 scenes that are shot here and then the rest of the movie is just Vancouver.
Yeah.
It's pretty silly.
We were like, we don't have buildings like that.
And,
but that's a Seattle thing. Nobody else is going to know.
Why did they pick Seattle though?
That's what I don't get yet. I mean, because they had scenes in Japan, like they had that night. This is going off, but they had a nightclub scene,
Right.
And
hold on, that's Japan, quote unquote.
Oh, sure, it's probably Vancouver.
yeah, probably.
But I mean, it looked like it wasn't bad, and they had people speaking Japanese to each other
They did.
in that scene / other scenes. So there is a live action Japanese Death Note.
Is there?
Yes. So maybe that's why. But it's basically they're taking, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're people say whitewashing. It's just westernized.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I don't know why they picked Seattle. Like, what is it about that they felt that would like work well here? It literally didn't matter where they were.
It did
but
not
they kept
matter.
bringing it up that it
It's
was Seattle.
very
and there was
specific,
like Seattle police like logos everywhere in your face like all the time, and I was like, this is very specific.
Yeah.
Maybe they like the rain.
Maybe
they
they
rain
like
a
the
lot.
rain. Yeah, they did make it rain a lot.
But that was it. But I would say the best actor, the acting was pretty bad. I would say the best actor was L.
Yep. I would agree with you 100% on that.
At first, I was weary. At first, he was a little cringy, like
Right.
for the first couple minutes, and then he got like way better.
Right, and then they kind of explained his character, and to me, it like totally
and
worked.
Kevin, by the way, knows nothing about Death Note.
Yeah. Oh,
he
yeah.
came into this
blind.
0.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm comparing it to Twilight a lot, is because I went into Twilight blind as well. So,
it had the same feeling to you.
it had the identical feeling.
So as a person who no Death Note, no Twilight, that's what you think.
I was just like, they're the same movie. Well, I mean, I get the concepts are different, but like the filming, like
the tone of it,
the poor storytelling, I would say, of it.
There's just you didn't really care about that many people. It was just like you at towards the end, I was like, fuck, just all of you die, except for L. I mean, but whatever. It wasn't
well, and the way they
charm.
ended it too is the worst. It was
so ambiguous.
Yeah,
the anime is very cut and dry.
Is it?
Yeah,
I hated it.
So it was very ambiguous ending, and you were like, oh, but you hated people. You didn't care about people. There were additional characters that weren't in the anime, and you were like, well, okay.
Netflix has done other full feature movies, right? Or is this the first full feature movie?
No, they've had to have done movies. Don't you?
They've done. I know they've done a lot of TV shows, and they've done a great job for all of their, or like not TV, their
not
series.
All, but a lot.
A lot of their series.
They've done a movie. God.
You don't want me to say it, but I'm typing it into the same thing that I was.
But I mean, okay. Here's this question. We'll wrap this up.
Okay.
Would you suggest people watch it? Yes or no?
No. Don't waste your time.
Waste of time. Especially if you're a fan of Death Note and you're curious.
Yes. Oh no.
It will just piss you off.
If you if you know the content, don't waste your time with this.
It's not one to compare because it is not the same at all. There's character differences that are crazy.
Yeah.
And even just in their personalities are different. So, I think we should watch the anime now.
Yeah, I think so too. Then we'll come back with more info.
It's not doing well on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff.
It's not? Okay. No, I didn't actually look that up.
The critics that gave it good reviews, basically I was curious, and so I looked at their reviews, like I think it was the LA Times and stuff. And they didn't say anything about the movie. They just like summarized it and then gave it like a thumbs up. And I was like, "Hello?" So, what are you seeing?
There's a lot. They've done a few movies. I'm trying to pull
up the list. We just don't pay attention enough. Or I've never cared.
Right, we've never cared. Yeah, that's a big part of it, is us caring.
It has a 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's not. It's not
bad.
Like awful. I've seen worse, but it's also not a movie release, so it has less reviews than.
Right.
Anyways,
I would say we
would not recommend.
Yeah, I would also say that we have never seen any of these Netflix original movies. So that's
of course. I mean, we didn't know about it.
Well, I mean, I feel like I might like accidentally stumble across one and accidentally watch one.
Nah.
Yeah, they're all not of interest.
I barely watch any of their original series.
Yeah, but they're
except for Little Witch Academia.
Little Witch, Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, yes.
Gilmore Girls.
The later one, yeah. I'm saying a lot. They put out a lot of shows.
They do.
We
$13
watch
billion of
we
investment
watch
this
like
year.
1%.
$13 billion.
That's how much they put into it,
or for original content this year.
Billion
with a B. They're trying to produce their own content.
I mean, they're okay at it.
Yeah.
There's some misses, but
Yeah.
that happens.
It's all about misses for us. It's all about big data.
No, they have canceled shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and House of Cards.
Sure. You haven't watched that in a while, though. Anyways,
Not much.
if you'd like to support us,
Yes.
you can go to patreon.com/cosplay. We have a Patreon, you guys. It's cool. There's nice rewards. We're doing an anime movie night next Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
And if you got that Discord reward, you can join us. It's fun. Or you can support us directly by going to elitecosplay.com/shop, where we have Photoshop actions and t-shirts.
Yes.
That's also fun. I'd also like to say thank you to Monica, Allison, and Bethany for supporting us on our shout-out tiers. You guys are awesome. I'm like a robot.
Wow. You're like me. Welcome to my life.
Oh, so I asked people today on Twitter
Okay.
if they had anything for me to talk about.
Sure.
Because I was like, it's only been 5 days since our last one, and I've been a hermit all week.
Actually, maybe I'll put this question out there. Would people like us to review other animes and movies and give our impressions about different episodes?
Because we're dumb?
I've not watched many animes. Like, I'll be honest, like during high school and college, like I watched Cowboy Bebop, I watched Initial D, I watched Dragon Ball.
You do love Initial D.
I do. And that's about it, really. I wasn't
the
really
classics, the mainstays of anime.
I wouldn't say Initial D is a mainstay.
That's like an OG anime.
I know it is an OG anime, but
you watched Inuyasha with me.
Yes, I did watch Inuyasha with you. Yeah, but aside from that, growing up, like I really wasn't into this community. So if anybody would like an outsider's
Kevin's first impression.
Yeah, my first impressions.
You're pretty mean.
I am pretty critical of things. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. So yeah, if you'd like to hear more, let us know on Twitter or in the comments or email us at info@elitecosplay, and we'll work out some time and we'll incorporate more content.
Kevin watches Yuri on Ice.
Ooh, that would be not good. The intolerant racist side of me will come out.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm winking at you can't see me winking. I'm joking, everybody. I'm making fun of the
the 2 seconds we accidentally watched it in English and we had to turn it off.
Oh,
Remember
it was so bad. It was cringy.
The English was really bad.
Yeah, the English. I assume the subtitles would be better.
Yes.
So yes, that was pretty bad.
Deathbright said, "Why not do an interview with yourselves?" Question: if you didn't do photos, what do you think you'd be doing? This is like a Q&A.
Sure.
Hello,
Holly. If you didn't do photos, what would you be doing?
Photos at all? I was gonna say if I didn't do cosplay photos, it'd probably be like wedding.
Okay.
We used to do weddings, but I hated juggling weddings and cosplay.
Okay.
Because a lot of them coincide on the same weekends, and I was just not into it.
Okay.
So I picked cosplay. It's more fun.
Okay.
Not photos at all. I don't know that answer, honestly. I read this earlier today. She sent this to us 6 hours ago.
Okay.
I was thinking about it in the car when we were driving. I was like, when I went to college initially, I went for graphic design.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't end up liking it, so that's why I switched. I had this passion for photography, and it was like bothering me, so I switched. I don't feel passionate about graphic design. But that's like all I've done in my life. I don't know. Maybe I'd be teaching about photos. A high school photography teacher.
Wow.
I don't know. I was honestly thinking about it. I was like, there's nothing that it's just probably the position I'm in right now.
Right.
Where I don't have to think about it.
You've entrenched yourself so much into this.
I'm so deep now that it's like to back out of photos completely. I'm like, what? If I had to pick a solid career, I don't know what it would be.
Interesting.
It's kind of scary, actually. I don't like that. What would you? I mean, you already have a job.
Yeah.
But what would you do?
I was gonna say
other than that.
Well, if I wasn't doing cosplay photography, you would be sitting outside cold with me at 4 a.m. in the morning and go hiking up random ridges and stuff like that, and we'll go take pictures of sunrises and crap.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
But outside of photos.
Outside of photos.
Like, what's like a dream?
I don't know.
Engineering job?
Nah. I mean, I like I said, after I worked for a professor in a lab in engineering, I was like, this is so bullshitty. Like, it's a lot of politics and stuff like that.
You don't know either?
I don't know, yeah.
You already are kind of on a career path, I guess. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Professional race car driver? I don't know.
A what?
Pretty bad.
What'd you say? I didn't even hear it.
Exactly. You'll hear it back when you edit this podcast.
I don't listen to the whole thing.
Oh, well, maybe you should.
Yes. So that scares me that I don't know.
Yeah,
what I would be doing.
I'm open-minded. As long as I interact with people to some degree, I'm fine. Even though during photo shoots I don't really interact with people very well.
You don't. You're kind of weird sometimes.
It's because I'm concentrating. I'm working on.
You like shut down, like
your
socialness.
I do.
It's weird. It's like I know Kevin one way, and then we go to the shoots, and he's just like quiet, and then he gets like super serious. He's like, "Do you want to do this or not?" And I'm like,
well, it's because I'm trying to be efficient. I just get like when I have a target in mind, it's like work towards.
I know,
target.
But like, when has it ever been like?
I don't know. It's just the way I work. I get quiet.
I think you
when
get worried we're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
but that's why we do 2 hour shoots.
I know.
Because of that.
I know, but then I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I just get too efficient.
We need to shut that efficiency button off. And another question: what cons do you dream of going to?
Dragon Con, Otakon.
I don't dream about Otakon. I've heard so much about Dragon Con all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we wouldn't.
Oh, what's the one with the tigers in the water park?
Oh, Colossal Con. That one's a good one. Yeah, these are not cons that we would necessarily be shooting at. This is just to
us
see.
To go.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Dragon and Colossal. If we're talking domestically, I guess internationally, I'd like to see that one in Paris. What, Japan Expo? It's like Japan so Expo. Huge.
And there's a Paris one too.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
The Paris one's called Japan Expo.
What's the one in Japan?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to go to that one. It's interesting. I mean, it makes
they
sense.
have to stand in a box.
So, yeah,
it's take their picture.
It's so differently set up that I think I'd just be like. But yeah, internationally, I think the only one I've really seen / been interested is Japan Expo. But yeah. Okay, mini Q&A over.
Okay. I do have something to talk about too.
Oh.
If you want to talk about it.
Sure.
All right. So there's sorry, I'm just pulling it up. So there was big news that happened in terms of pulling away a little bit from cosplay. It was the lawsuit between H3H3 and I forget who tried to sue them.
Or whatever?
No. It was no. That was a different lawsuit that they got into. But
how many lawsuits are they in?
A few. But they're doing good work, is what it is. So H3H3 did a video about this guy. I forget it's something about a pickup artist guy, and he made a comedic video, and they did a reaction video to it.
Oh, the reaction video lawsuits.
Yes,
I didn't know there was a lawsuit against that.
Yeah, so they got sued by this guy because they basically used his video. And then
made a reaction
video to it, and the guy had a fair amount of money, so I think they did a Patreon too to get money to help pay for the lawsuit, and I think it was like $100,000 for this lawsuit to sort out. But I mean, it impacts cosplayers to some degree because technically, making the cosplay is infringing on the copyright / trademark.
I don't think it is.
It is actually. Because you're building
we've had
something.
This discussion like 20 times
I know.
on this podcast.
I know, but it does concern people to some degree.
It's a.
You're building it to a likeness, and that is against.
But it's a derivative.
You could make that argument, but then if you turn around,
any cosplay lawyers out there? Hello.
But think about like the party princesses that we see. They never advertise and say the
they
word.
Never say like the Disney princess names.
But they could be sued by Disney if Disney cared enough to go after people. So technically, this is all.
I don't know.
Okay. So in terms of H3H3, they used the video and then talked about the video, and technically that qualifies for critique. So that the district judge or whatever agreed with them and said, yes, that's what it is, because they talked about the video. They didn't.
They weren't just playing the video.
Yeah, and not talking about it.
Yeah.
They played the video.
Twitch also has that too. You can't just play a video. You can play like a video, like if a music video. Let's just say.
Sure.
You can't just play a music video
right.
on your screen while you're doing something else. Like,
right.
Like in the corner. You have to technically be like, you can play the music video, but you also have to be like, like critiquing it or talking about said music video.
Right. Exactly. So I don't know. It's a good move by the judge. I'm glad that they agreed with H3H3.
Are you thinking about this in terms of cosplay? Because I don't know if a cosplayer would ever get taken to court unless they were like somehow making crazy money.
Yeah,
off of it.
Totally, absolutely, and so there's this weird thing though, like like you said, nobody would be taken to court unless they're making a lot of money. So, and if anything, you could make the argument that it's free advertising for whatever they're doing, but you could also represent it in a bad way, and then they could sue you for that at that point. Like if
you were walking around in the Disney costume yelling racial
Exactly. Then Disney might go after you and say you're damaging the brand by using the likeness of a character. Disney, and I focus on Disney's because they have a long history of suing people for using the likeness of.
But then I don't know. I think they like it. I think a lot of the companies like that people make cosplay. Like, think about like Witcher. Like, we got our photo of the series got featured on their Facebook. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, it's just
because that helps promote their brand.
Yeah,
but there could be people that. But there comes a line too. See, so part of copyright and trademark law is if you don't defend your copyrights and trademarks, then they go to public domain, and that means they don't own those words or those designs anymore. So at some point,
cosplay is a derivative. I don't think.
All right, yeah. If anybody knows like an expert copyright or trademark lawyer,
copyright lawyers out
yeah,
there.
I would like to know too, because yes, even though
don't we know one?
Kathy is a trademark specific, so I don't know, but I can ask her.
Anyways, okay, well.
But yeah, no, this is a good debate. Like this is the legal stuff, and like we said earlier, cosplay is becoming more mainstream. At what point does it become so mainstream and profitable for some people that it becomes worthy of a lawsuit from somebody?
Cosplay still isn't profitable.
Yeah, right now I agree.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then we've been way too careful these past couple, that are, a lot of, and for those who have been listening to our podcasts since day one, this copyright trademark discussion has always been part of this discussion.
It's come up like 10
we've
times.
Talked about it. What? No, we've always talked about it.
Well, I said it's come up like 10 times.
Oh, 10 out of 92 times.
Yeah.
Something like that. No. Yeah, and I always
comes up every
couple of weeks it does come up. And a lot of the decisions that we made when we made Elite Cosplay was based on these kinds of concerns.
Listen, I'm still getting copyright music notifications from Katsucon 2013 when we filmed the World Cosplay Summit because people used music in the backgrounds of their World Cosplay Summit stuff. I jinxed it in my head. I was literally thinking about how we haven't gotten a copyright notice in a long time from the World Cosplay Summit. And then, I'm not shitting you, the next day, which was like 2 days ago, I got a freaking email about one of the other videos where one of the tracks got claimed. It's like background music. It's like, I don't know.
I know.
I was thinking about taking those videos down, but I feel bad taking them down. So
right. I mean, it doesn't matter.
They stay on there.
Right. We're not monetizing those ones, so it's not like they do anything for us anyway. But yeah, it's an interesting discussion to me because like I said, as we become more popular, as this content becomes more popular, it becomes a bigger question of not if, but when a big lawsuit will come down somebody's pipe and screw them over.
I would be more concerned for things like the artist alley before the cosplay.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, that's a fair discussion too, because that's a huge part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Is
they do get away with it? There is a loophole, I think, with the artist alley because you're not. It's your rendition of that character. It's not.
I don't know,
and that's why I think cosplay falls into that.
I don't know.
It's your interpretation.
Yeah, but like if I drew a Mickey Mouse and I sold it, and I didn't call it Mickey Mouse, but it looked like Mickey Mouse, I would get the shit suit out of me by Disney.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
it's not consistent enough.
It isn't. And that's the weird thing is it's not. And
anyways.
Even though the law exists, there's no black or white to it. It's up to the judge/jury to decide. And that's why we live in America. Due
also
process.
for those of us in South Texas area.
Oh yes.
I hope we're okay. We know a couple people in Galveston.
We do.
So I hope everybody's. Sorry, I just got a notification on my phone about it.
Hurricane Harvey.
Yes.
Which is a Category 3 hurricane about to make landfall in the southern Texas Panhandle. So, yes.
Wait. What?
Huh? What?
Panhandle?
Isn't it? Is the north part? Sorry. Southern Nugget. I don't know. What do you want to call it?
I like that.
Okay, the southern nuggets of Texas.
Oh, shit, guys.
Anyway.
I'm going to end this podcast with a nice, heartwarming, or I don't know, not heartwarming.
I love
a nice
you.
little boop. What?
Everybody.
Oh.
Not just Holly. She doesn't hear that. I never say that. I usually yell at her.
He does.
Why aren't you working?
I found a video from literally a year ago. I think it's August 23rd, 2016.
Oh.
Adam Savage did a really short. It's not that long. It's 13 minutes.
Okay.
You can watch it on 2x speed if you're feeling saucy. It's a TED Talk, and it's called My Love Letter to Cosplay.
Uh-huh.
And it's just kind of a short story about like how he initially got into cosplay as a child.
Sure.
And how it grew as he became an adult, and something that came to fruition at San Diego Comic-Con, an experience he had, which I will save for people who want to watch it because I'm basically giving away the whole video. And I think it was just very sweet talk. And he's a good speaker. He's nice to listen to. And I don't know. I think it's nice to watch. I think if you're maybe feeling down about cosplay. I know I get this way sometimes, and I know a lot of people we know go maybe through, I guess, phases, I guess is what maybe you'd say, where maybe things aren't going right, or there's some drama, and you're like, is this even worth it? Like, there's ups and downs of cosplay. And I think maybe if you're ever in a down point or something with the cosplay world, maybe you can watch this. I'll link it in our YouTube description. It's called My Love Letter to Cosplay, Adam Savage. It's just a very cute, sweet story. And he just talks about like why he likes interacting in cosplay with other people, and how like a good experiences is. And I think it's very positive, and I don't know, something to watch.
I mean, he's a very big advocate for cosplay. I mean,
he is.
Every year there's a San Diego Comic-Con, he always goes incognito and walks around the floor,
and he's super into it.
He's super into it. Yeah, he's really I mean, he is a very good beacon for. I mean, he's a good, wholesome person to represent. I feel like. Yeah,
and during the year, if anybody watches his YouTube channel, he does make other random costumes.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Not really for San Diego, but just
whenever. He does like one day builds, and he shows you how to do stuff.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he does have a wonderful
workshop with every tool you could ever imagine.
Yes, and he's got years of the experience that he just kind of is able to come up with things on the fly.
He does do things that I would never have thought of,
Sure.
like methods. I'm like, oh crap, I never would have thought of that. But this talk is very sweet, and I think if you're ever feeling down about cosplay, you should just give it
Yeah.
a watch. Save it for
A rainy day.
Thank you guys for listening to our episode where Kevin said Southern Panhandle.
Southern Nugget, we'll call it that. I like that.
We will be back next week for the 93rd episode. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/elitecosplay or elitecosplay.com/shop. We appreciate all of you. We love you. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.